Monmouth again idle this week, back to action on the 13th at home against Wagner. We moved very, very fast this morning. We're way ahead of schedule. Our next coach is not due for 10 minutes. That's Jamie Chadwell from Charleston Southern. I do believe Coach Moglia from Coastal Carolina is on the call right now. And if so, we can move to him if he's ready, or we can stand by and just wait for Coach Chadwell.
Yeah, Mark, I'm on.
Well, good morning, Coach. If you don't mind, we'll go ahead and turn to you.
Yep, no problem.
Super. First off, congratulations on the season opening victory at the Citadel, 31-16. Moving 0 on the season, as well as moving up in the polls, entering the top 5. If you can open up with details of the win over the Citadel. I know you're up 28-3 at one point before the final score, and you're back on the road this Saturday at North Carolina A&T. We'll get your thoughts on them in a minute, but just open up about the victory, please.
Okay, Mark, I think, first of all, whenever you're facing a triple option team, I think the real challenge is their offense is working on that literally every day, every moment. That's all they're focused on, and you only get a chance to prepare for that literally when you're getting ready for that opponent. I think one of the things that we did to help us get ready, we made a point to work on triple option type preparation for about 15 minutes a day from the first day of spring practice. I think that helped us. I think we did a good job kind of reading our keys. We weren't as sharp as we could have been on their perimeter run game, but we were effective in terms of they weren't able to hurt us in any of the normal play action passes. That's easy to get lulled to sleep, but I thought we did a reasonable job there in terms of our discipline. So we did a good job shutting down the passing game. We were effective inside. We were a little soft on the perimeter. We've got to do a little bit better job there. From an offensive perspective, I think we did a better job throwing the ball than we actually did running the ball, but we ran the ball acceptably. But our running performance was certainly acceptable. I think Alex Ross was very, very effective in terms of his decision making. Bruce Mapp had a real good day. He had caught 10 passes for us. And with regard to special teams, Alex Catron, our kicker, who's normally incredibly reliable and consistent, he was a little off. But for the most part, we did have good special teams across the board. So I think anytime, everybody's aware of it, you should make a lot of improvement from game 1 to game 2. Hopefully, we had enough mistakes that we're going to address all of those over the span of the week, and hopefully be I would hope improved going into the second game.
All right, thanks, Coach. While we're taking questions, please press star 1 on your phone at any time, or click the Q&A link near the top of your browser if you're joined via the web. While those come in, Coach, talk about this week's opponent, North Carolina A&T.
They're an interesting team. They have offensively, they have a running back that was freshman player of the year last year. He's a preseason All-American pick. Against Alabama A&M, he averaged 16 yards a carry. They also had a quarterback that can throw the ball, but he's also pretty effective as a runner. He averaged 10 yards a carry. Clearly, if we're not effective shutting down or slowing down their running game, it's going to be a long afternoon. We can't get lulled to sleep with the running game. They get hurt with their air attack. So we got to be prepared for that from a defensive perspective. Offensively, I think we also have our work cut out for us. Their defense was the #1 pass defense in the country in 2012. Last year, it was the #1 rush defense in the country. So we understand that we've got to be ready to wind up playing them. From a special teams perspective, they're sound across the board. But I think I don't want to underestimate how important it was for them to be able to have an incredible. They were up something like that. I might be off of my score a little bit, but like around 35, 38-7, or something like that at the end of the half, and that was on national TV. So their guys had an incredible game on Sunday, national TV game. They're coming off a pretty good season. I think they're going to be ready to play us. I have no doubt about that.
All right, and my last question for you, Coach, if you can talk a little bit more about Bruce Mapp, tied the Coastal single-game record with 10 receptions, over 100 yards, and a TD. Just his progress moving into with the departure of Matt Hazel and Demario Bennett.
Yeah, I think Bruce did an excellent job for us a year ago. He's a very, very hard worker. He understands his job. He understands his assignments. We weren't specifically going to Bruce. All that really wound up happening was that in the reads that Alex was making at quarterback, he was the next guy that was open, and when he was open, Alex was able to get him the ball, and he was able to make the play. Bruce is a very, very, very hard worker. He's got very, very good hands, and we're looking forward to him having a really good season for us.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. I'm not seeing any other questions for you, so we'll let you go. But as always, thanks for joining us. And,
Thank you, Mark.
Saturday at A&T.
I appreciate all that. Thanks, Mark.
All right, Coach.
Bye-bye.
Coastal again at North Carolina A&T, 6 o'clock p.m. on Saturday.